next day, we're at Burying Classics, and here's the P6 that carb goes on. So I've got the carb there in the box ready to go. I've got a cup of tea, and that's where the carb's gonna go. Right. Clean up the mating surfaces. Just a hint when you're putting it back on, if you put it back on, this here part of the carburetor sticks out a bit far. So if you say were to do all three other nuts up first, you wouldn't be able to get that nut on. So make sure this is one of the first ones you put on, because you have to have the carburetor away from the mount a little bit to get that nut on there. This one down here is an absolute pain to get to, especially when it comes to doing it up with a spanner. As you can see, it's a right pain. I had to take the exhaust shield off just to get under here. There she goes. Right. That's why I'm knocking the camera about. Oh, and the noise in the background is Lyndon. Well, he's not making that noise personally. He's using a DA, which is orbital sander, basically. I don't know what DA stands for. Lyndon's doing some repairs to Jessie for me. Last weekend, I didn't bring the camera, but last weekend he welded a bit of metal into the wing for me, and this had a bit of damage to the wing and the paintwork side of things. There's rust coming through. So I said, well, let's just go under the chrome trim. We've taken the chrome trim off and just paint downwards. So this whole back wing has been repainted. Right, let's do the awkward one first. We're going to get knocked about here. Easier if I had a really short spanner, but I haven't. That's it, those four are done up tight now. So you've got to start to think, what needs to go back together. So we've got this little return spring. That needs to hook into here. That's to return the throttle back every time. This is the throttle thingamabob. Right, what was in here then? So we've got, I think there was a washer here, and a washer in here. Don't know why. I think, yeah, that'll be right. I got it. I don't know if you saw any of that, but so this little arm I've threaded into these holes because this is the accelerator. So when you press the pedal, it moves all these little rods and opens the butterfly valve. So it's got these little notches here to stop it going all the way through. There's also a washer here to make sure it doesn't fall through. Then I've put another washer. As I've put it through, I've slid another washer in there because that goes down, and you can see there's a little ridge in here. This little, I should probably use a new one, but I've just got this old one. A little, what do you call that? Circlip? I think so. And that pushes into this ridge to keep that from popping out, basically. I don't think I've got one of those on Mr. Jenkins. I think mine's just in there, it's just flopping. So we've got vacuum advance pipe from the distributor. That goes in here, just slides in that. We've got the choke cable. And the choke cable here, I'm a bit fed up with choke cables after my P6, is held on to the carburetor body with this little R-clip. Now, again, Mr. Jenkins hasn't got that. Tut tut. This one has, so we'll put it on. There we go, that's clipped in there. And you've got this little gadget here that holds the choke cable into the lever. So this goes through the hole, the lowest down hole on this bracket, you'll see it. And then the cable slides through this hole. And then all you got to do is hold this steady. It's like an 8mm spanner or something. And do that flatted screw up to pinch the cable. That definitely would have been easier to do that before putting the R-clip on. Definitely. I'm just going inside the car to make sure the choke is in the off position. So we can do up that flathead screw to pinch the cable, stop it from coming out. There we go. That's the choke cable on, vacuum advance. What else we got? Into all these little pipes now. So we've got fuel pipe. And in there. Nice and tight. This little pipe here is like a breather overflow thing, and that goes into the air box. I think it goes like that. We can always move it. It might go underneath. Can't remember. It definitely goes on there. It can just sit there and wait. What else we got then? So looks like it's just air filter and heat shield to go back on. Right, before I do that, I suppose we can see if she runs. So down here is the fuel pump on this car, and it's got a manual prime. So I pumped it manually until I could hear the fuel going into that toilet, as I call it. Right, Go on then, Lyndon. Hey! It's alive! It worked! Well, that was good news, wasn't it? The car started well. No fuel leaks. What I was going to say, I had a blonde moment last night. I was showing you the carburettor, and you know, I showed you where this jet went in, and there was the big nut that held this other nut and spring on, and I was like, oh, I'm not touching that, that's to do with adjustment or something. Lyndon. Well, of course, that nut there, that's how you adjust the mixture. The running mixture for the carb, the fuel mixture. Of course, I've completely forgot that. Because I've been doing the carburettor on the P4, that doesn't have that. So that's how you adjust the mixture on the carburettor. And I'm going to have to look up, and I can't remember which way's which. One way is to richen the mixture, one is to lessen the mixture, but I can't remember which way's which. I should know, but yeah, I forget. It's upside down, isn't it? So yeah, that's your mixture adjustment. That's your idle speed adjustment screw. And then this screw at a funny angle here, this is the choke idle screw. So this is the idle speed for when you pull the choke out. So when that's so when that choke's off, that shouldn't be touching this cam, and it's not touching. So that's spot on. And there we are. All I've got to do now is put the air filter on, this little breather pipe, and the exhaust shield as well. On there. Could cut that bit off, but I'll just leave it there. Wing that on there. This little breather pipe, as I said, goes on there like that. I've already put the dashboard oil before we started her up. I didn't have it on film, but the dashboard oil. So there we are, a success. Carburettor off, serviced, put back on, and the car running. Thanks for watching. Bye.